Hey guys, I'm Yuichi Murata. I'm engineering manager. My mission is building the best global engineering team. Please follow me on the Twitter or LinkedIn. I write some blog in the Medium. Appreciate if you can visit my blog if you have any interest. Today, I would like to talk about why you want to be engineering manager. So I have changed my kind of career to the kind of engineering manager. I think almost like a 2 to 3 years back. I think. So at the moment, when I changed the career, I never thought about the I'm going to take the career path of the engineering manager. I rather prefer to be the specialist just because of I felt that, I have a strengths in the technical strengths rather than the management, capabilities. But because of the kind of team situation, I decided to kind of change my career to the management role, just because of that. That's gonna be kind of result in the much bigger kind of contribution to the team. So the outcome was actually, I think the kind of decision was very good for me in terms of my personal career as well. I think that I now feels like I am be able to make a much bigger kind of contribution to the team because of the this kind of career change. And one of the interesting finding for me after changing a career to the engineering manager was that there are a lot of things in common between engineering and management. That's gonna be the biggest reason why I recommend you to challenge the career path as an engineering manager. Of course, that there is some kind of people who is good at the kind of engineering managers, or maybe better to stick with the engineers. But actually, I think I think that is kind of real. But at the same time, I also feels like the engineering manager role is misunderstood by the most of the peoples. There are a lot of potential talent who is actually good at engineering manager. That's why I'm broadcasting this kind of talks. So for example, like you know one of the valuable finding was actually that team is system. What I mean system is in the context of the system thinking. So let's imagine like some kind of complex software systems. For some simple kind of software system, it's easy to manage, right? So you can kind of know build some kind of a component, and you can just combine some of the component to achieve the feature. That's easy. But as software gets complicated, there are some kind of more complicated interactions happening. Some heavy dependency has to be managed if we need to implement some complicated system. Then actually it's quite hard to understand the entire system, how the entire system works. But that's gonna be the one of the key role to contribute for the senior engineers. This is exactly same to the team management. Let's say that if the team is small and working independently, that is actually easy to manage. But let's say that if multiple team has to work together to achieve that one product, for example, then coordination gets complicated. And if the kind of team structure gets complicated, it's gonna make a extra complexity in the interactions. And if we don't have the good kind of protocol defined between the team, the communication doesn't work. Which is exactly same to the software kind of design. So actually, I could leverage my previous kind of engineering knowledges apply to the organizational management to make the team successful. So actually, team is something like architecture. So that if I implement the right architecture in the team structure design, it kind of it work more productively and it won't break easily. But let's say if I have the wrong architecture implemented as part of the kind of organizational design, it's easy to break and it make a lot of conflicts. So I already mentioned about communications part and dependency management. That's gonna be also important part. Let's say that if the one team it depends on the some other team, that's gonna causes a lot of coordination. That's gonna be kind of causing the a lot of issues. So one of the maybe the easy kind of example gonna be the DevOps, right? So for example, like if we design a team as a development team and operation team separately, we have a lot of kind of coordination required for the system release because the development team want to release the new feature, while the operation team do not want change because they want to stably operate the system. So in this case, actually, we would like to combine those teams into the kind of one team and share the same missions, delivering the new values steadily. Then they can actually work together. Don't sacrifice the agility, but also doesn't kind of sacrifice the stability of the systems, so that team can work kind of efficiently. So as we have some kind of technical debt, there is some kind of organizational debt is as well. So let's say that team is growing, time goes by, and as the team grows, the organizational structure has to be evolved along with this kind of team growth. But let's say that if we don't kind of implement those kind of implementation, but stick with the old kind of organizational structures, that's gonna causes a lot of kind of issues happening, just like technical debt. So if we don't kind of resolve those organizational problem and keep the team working, that's gonna causes the issue. So as I kind of touch in the kind of those point, there are a lot of things in common, engineering and management. I think maybe more people like to think about the potential career paths to the engineering manager. Maybe you can be the one of the good talents to take the engineering manager role. So I would like to kind of recommend you to think about if you are kind of currently sticking with the kind of engineering. Of course, if you are wants to kind of focusing on more hands-on or coding, that's fine. But maybe there might be another possibility for that's all for today. Thank you for watching and thank you listening. See you soon.